Hi, this is Dr. Sezin Zengin. Today we are together with Gerhard Lechner. He is the CEO at Hestego GmbH and he's doing his PhD in University of Sopron. Very welcome. Today we will be talking about international procurement. Hi Gerhard, my first question will be about what are the main reasons of this international procurement?
Yeah, thank you for this very warm welcome. International procurement, basically, let's start with talking about procurement. What is important at procurement? Fulfillment of requirements of a company from third parties. This is the main driver. And as it is not very static, it is dynamic. It is more than only to fulfill cost and quality and delivery issues. The dynamic topic is to bring additional value to the company from the position out of purchasing and procurement. And this means to go out and to look where is the right supplier, the right partner who can help me. And this means as well, in some cases, this kind of persons, representatives from purchasing and procurement department have to go over the border, have to go to other countries where certain categories can be bought in order to fulfill with better cost, with better quality and with better delivery conditions. And this is the main driver why procurement departments go outside and try to fulfill via partners over distances.
Okay, and what are the consequences for the companies?
The consequences is that companies have to understand how companies work, suppliers work in different countries. This could mean different culture, different behavior, different understandings how business is made, and especially this goes along with different culture. What does I deliver on time mean? What does a yes mean? Do things run automatically, or do people have to take care about this and ask that the fulfillment is really done?
Okay, but if you talk about the overall cost perspective, what will be your comment on that?
Not only the final product price is of interest. Interesting is what is the cost when I have it at home at my company. And this is a key topic because of additional costs. This means indirect cost, what you have to invest for managing suppliers because of travels, because of daily business issues, because of higher effort you have to spend compared to companies which are directly in the neighborhoods. This is one topic. But also you have to manage logistics. This means logistic cost. You have to manage duties. When you have partners in countries who have a different language, you have to think about what you have to do so that everything is understood in terms of technical drawings, translations, etc. These kind of topics can create costs that, in the first step, a very nice and attractive price for a component can be, when you calculate the additional effort, can be, in the second step, maybe not anymore very much interesting. The influence, for example, of currencies, very difficult to calculate, especially in these days. Fluctuations in the range of 20 to 30% are there, and this can mean that within 3 to 6 months, an interesting product price is because of currency fluctuation.
Okay, what are the other risks than the currency fluctuation? Also, is there any other risks involved? Maybe more delays in the transportation or those stuff?
The risk in terms of transportation is higher with each kilometer of additional distance, and this is a topic which has to be managed as well. Especially when you think about transportation topics, and you think about topics by airplane transportation, for example. Strikes can play a role, discussions with representatives of these kind of topics, but also you have to have the nature in mind. nature topics, nature-related topics can also influence a supply chain. So this means risk management goes along with, let's say, international procurement to make sure that finally you get what you want to the right cost at the right point of time.
Okay, but it's also increased the overall cost, this risk management. And what are the other risk management issues with this global supply chain? Like how this risk management works with once they do the international business services?
First of all, you have to set up a kind of a risk management and a kind of understanding in your own company. This is a key topic. When you understand what you have to do, then you can start activities. And you need, let's say, tools, at least one tool that it is fulfilled. What happens in the world outside? Which kind of influences are there which can disturb your supply chain? And this is nothing what you can see within seconds, because meanwhile the supply chains are so complex, and the ingredients and the parts to the component groups which are purchased are coming from different countries and from different levels of suppliers, and it is very much difficult to see to the third or to the fourth level where is it produced, where is this kind of part produced, which finally is key for your product what you buy.
And let me ask you a specific question about Germany. It's a very developed country, and still Germany requires some international procurement. And with which other companies Germany usually interacts with in this case?
International procurement is a topic for everybody. It is a must be. Of course, the motivation is partly different. This is also depending on the industry. Interesting is, for example, a key industry is, for example, the machine tool industry. Germany is very strong in this kind of segment. In the cutting and forming industry, for example, there is a kind of a consumption of a little bit more than 6 billion euro a year. And the international share is around about 45%. So this is really huge. There are other countries who have a much higher share. For example, Turkey. Turkey has also an own production. So consumption is around about 1 billion euro, but around about 85% of this amount is imported. So it means how strong is the industry in the country, and which kind of content is produced in this country. And this is quite nice because lots of products are part of a niche market, if you want so. And one country, even if it is strong in this industry, does not have the opportunity to be ready for everything. So this means an import is necessary because of technology, what is not there. One key driver, second key driver is to improve cost. So global sourcing is the biggest cost reduction program ever, and this is one of the biggest motivations to push this very strong in advanced markets, but in other markets as well.
Okay, and if you talk about the changing of requirements to the employees in procurement and purchasing, what are you going to say about that? Like, which kind of requirements are there for employees?
Not everybody in the world out of Germany understands German language, so you have to solve the language topic somehow. Thanks to English, it's much easier, but not in all countries. And if you transport technical content, it is of course important and sensible to talk in the local language to your partner, in the local language of the partner. This is one key topic. Second key topic, you have to calculate the topic with the time zones, for example. When you out of Europe work together with partners in America or in China, you have to stand up in the morning a little bit earlier and start the day earlier to be able to fulfill the topics if you work with somebody from the Far East, or you should work longer when you want to reach somebody in California, for example. So you have to organize the day a little bit different from this point of view as well.
Okay, not the regular business hours. All right. What are the management of the core competencies?
This is very much going along with this topic. The companies focus more and more on core competences and reflect what is really a core competence and shift more and more, especially in this kind of industry segment, in the manufacturing industry, business to third parties, to suppliers. And this means as well that core competences are shifted to suppliers. And acceleration is coming from disruptive innovations. Big companies have some mainstream business and have to look outside what is going on, what is the development of the market, and they are not able to do all innovations by themselves. And disruptive innovations come up partly from startup companies, and this can be important, this kind of topic, for their own business, and they have to integrate. And this means a core competence can be outside, have to be integrated by let's say, a close relationship to this company, eventually also by thinking about investment, equity holding, or even long-lasting contracts, for example.
Okay, since we talked about this international supply chain, let's also talk about the new trend of Industry 4.0 and Purchasing 4.0. How would you like to comment on them?
This is a quite challenging topic. Everybody's talking about this, but unfortunately not everybody meanwhile understood what is really the chance behind this and how strong can this tool be. The topic supply chain, and especially international supply chain, goes along with management activities. The throughput through the whole company IT, for example, can be optimized very much. So this means you can come into a situation that you do not have to solve problems, which is today's understanding. If a supply chain is there, some interruption is there because a delivery is too late or quality is not okay and the supplier has to produce again, or something is damaged within their own company during the process. And this is very much time consuming, and if it's finally time critical because of customer commitments which have to be fulfilled, then escalation management goes on, and this is cost intensive. And via industry or purchasing 4.0, it belongs together from my point of view. It can be different. The understanding should, from my point of view, not be to solve a problem. The understanding is more to get a solution. When you are connected together, this is like one shot within milliseconds, and the computers allow this meanwhile, can offer an alternative solution. Instead of several people are manually involved in a project, discuss, ask, try to improve, etc. You can have, on the other side, you can have directly as a solution, and you can win weeks, even months, and this could change a whole situation a lot and reduce cost dramatically. And I think this understanding is not yet arrived at the companies. I did a research on this topic, and it was quite interesting, the feedback what I got and the results what I got, and out of the results I can easily conclude that it is not 100% understood meanwhile at the companies, and the value contribution is still not seen.
Okay. What do you think about future of Industry 4.0? Do you think the companies will adapt it?
Unavoidable. It is unavoidable. Companies have to adapt, otherwise they will have no chance to survive in the near future already. I think this will be an acceleration, and this will move fast from my point of view, no doubt.
Thank you very much. That was a very interesting topic. Thank you very much for being with us today.
My pleasure. Thank you.